I don't remember allowing you to come in. Do you? Oh, it's you. Well, you took your time getting here. Well, if you actually believe you will last longer than a month in this position, I suggest you be more prepared in your travel. The weather is hardly an excuse, nor are the roads. I understand what he said, but listen to what I'm saying now. Don't be late again. I don't need to walk you, and luckily for you, and unluckily for me, you seem competent enough to find your way here despite the less than ideal architecture of the building. Follow me. I hope those shoes are walkable, because you won't be sitting for the next hour. Dior Sr. says you people experience, but as an assistant, I hope you know better than to think that's all there is. You will be a writer, a timer, marketer, plan organizer, coffee runner, manager, so on and so forth. And you will only receive one title for all of it. And don't even attempt to receive acknowledgement for any of it. It is what's expected of you. Of course, my father demands the allowance of room for error, so I've allowed the typical rule of 3 strikes and you're out. A strike varies depending on the area. You best try your best in each and every one. No, baseball means nothing to me. Simply a point of reference. What a ridiculous question. When my father described you, he said you were open-minded, energetic, and obviously the life of the party. And looking at you now, I see you certainly have more personality than any reasonable job calls for. Yes, I suppose what you're wearing is fine for today, but going forward, remember when I'm around, I'm the point of focus. No one cares who you are, just your title and what that is in reference to me. So the excess of jewelry and piercings, layers of clothing, and hanging hair accessories are far too much. The problem, as I just mentioned, is that it's too much personality, and no one cares who you are. You are hardly a face, and when next to me, you shouldn't be. One of those quote-unquote personality hires will do me no good, no matter what my father has chosen to imply for you. Speaking of which, don't mention my father on your own accord. Dior Sr. doesn't need his ears ringing more than they already do. I'm sure of it. So, avoid it as much as possible. Yes, I tend to be blunt. Do not expect an apology. If your precious feelings can't handle a lack of sympathy for every small detail, I suggest you reconsider your position. In fact, I encourage you to. It will make it a lot easier than having to be at the ready to fix whatever mess you make. You've already seen my office and desk right outside of it. That's where you work. Whenever you are away from it, you must notify me. Failure to do so is unacceptable. I'm sure my father has already walked you through the building, but there will be places where you will likely be spending the most of your time, because I'll be too bothered to. Now we're heading down to the IT and Technical Care Department to pick up your company-issued phone, tablet, and laptop. For whatever reason that they couldn't manage to get it into my office in time for your arrival, despite being labeled as priority. It was labeled as such on Monday. Yes, yesterday Monday. Why the questioning? They've had more done on shorter notices. How did you hear about that? Right. Dior Senior. Server issues did have requests pushed, which is infuriating, and I suppose that means there's no discussion to be had with the team then. There usually is chill to prevent overheating. The outside climate has been unforgiving despite today's rain. One moment. Derek, mind grabbing my things? You should learn the names of your peers sooner rather than later. I don't have time to explain who does what and where. I expect progress by the end of the day today. Yes, I mean you will be tested. Thank you, Derek. Derek, this is my temporary assistant. I'm sure you've heard of them being uniquely referred to as the hire. I trust it'll give them just as hard of a time as anyone. Good to hear. I'll see you at the end of the week. Yes, very ominous. You'll likely get various names that aren't yours until you either jump in respect or receive one that sticks. Nope, not a requirement. Simply office culture. Speaking of office culture, don't come back here unless you absolutely have to. The tech team deals with enough already and aren't going to sugarcoat anything stupid you do. And again, you reflect on me, temporary or not. Of course, I'm certain you'll be temporary. There is no other way around it. No, I will not be easy on you either. But with co-worker interactions will be noticeably different from boss-worker interactions, so understand the impressions you make. Enough of that. I suggest you set up your devices as we move. Write anything I tell you and set a timer for 30 minutes. You have to visit the garage and receive your parking sticker and ID. Something that should have been ready before your arrival. But work ethic has been disappointing as of late. Yes, the tech team was excused because of unfortunate circumstances. We will soon come and find what I mean. Okay. Exactly half an hour. Not bad. But I really should be going back to work. And you need to set up your desktop like your devices. Yes, very many. But it's only for your position in an attempt to keep things efficient. Not every moment is a laptop or phone moment. I hope you're savvy enough to realize that. Any further questions? Your lunch is in 2.5 hours. It's 30 minutes. It will be the only time you get lunch this early. No, mine's in an hour, and I expect my order ready then. You wrote down what I told you, right? Do you at least remember? Recite it back to me. Oh, good. I didn't expect you to actually... Anyway, I expect that in an hour, and for you to either remember that for every Tuesday, or write it down now, my diet isn't to be ignored. If you last your month, I expect you to learn the specifics and be able to order something new upon request. If you last. As in, if you can handle this job. Which I'm rooting for, considering how much of my time you've already wasted. Funny. Set up your devices, grab my lunch, and get to work. Check my emails, calendar for the week, learning your coworkers' names, etc. Now go. Elijah Dior. Afternoon, Father. Yes, all is well. No, I didn't make an attempt to scare them away. They're doing fine. I still don't see why this is necessary. I was doing just fine on my own. Yes, I understand Mother's concern, but she seems to have ulterior motives that aren't work-related. And it's beginning to sound like she's convinced you. Can you two please tell her I'm doing fine? And to bother my brothers about their relationships? Opening up my schedule shouldn't be anyone's priority at the moment. Right, of course. The hire is fine. I still have no strong opinions on them. They don't seem to falter under conversations with new people. That was clear when she picked up most of her things. And they seem able to connect things rather quickly. When talking with Jose and Joyce, they were able to immediately put together that they were married, despite them managing to hide it from basically the entire office. Though, despite the demonstration, I'm usually not opposed to writing it off as a fluke. But after being able to recite a couple of other workers, their positions, and assumed trait of theirs with no issue, I have to admit they may be more socially aware than I originally expected. No negative commentary. They kept it rather neutral. Mind you that I had made sure they were multitasking throughout. Yes, I am saying I was impressed. Mildly. Your argument is frustrating. May I go now? Thank you. Yes, talk to you later. Goodbye, Senior. Finally, some work may be done. Right on time. I assume you have my lunch? Good. What? You're free to do whatever you want with your desk, as long as it doesn't interfere with your work and isn't absurdly obnoxious. I'm gonna ask you to refrain from doing anything too special with any of your devices' backgrounds. A color change would be fine. You took some liberties to do what? Color code my... Oh. I suppose it is easier to read, and I see you kept in the realm of company colors. Yes, I suppose I approve of it. Are there any other liberties I should know of? Yes, I noticed your organization of my email. I hope you have saved its original formatting. We'll see how it goes. Is that all? Okay. Actually, while I have you, you seem capable enough to handle this, right? Of being sarcastic. You're as capable as I tell you in the moment. Funny. Anyway, it's a pile of contracts with various businesses we have at the moment. As you can tell, they're organized alphabetically by contract. which is less than ideal. I need you to handle this before the day is over. Are you pouting? I suppose digitizing them would be helpful. Great. So you can do that and organize their physical versions by the end of the day. Oh, is that not what you were implying? That's too bad. I suggest making a dent in it before your own lunch, or you'll have to work through it. Understood? Understood? Good. You're dismissed.